Yes, what we have discussed is, see, these are the two things we have to be very clear. Slowly and steadily we have to make an approach on that. Yes. Salaam alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir. How are
Yeah,
you?
fine. Aram. Yeah, see, these three things simple. If you have basic, your foundation is very clear. Things will work in every question. It will be like this. You have the airline business and you are a audit senior, and they are asking about the what is the audit risk and what is the audit response. Simple things. I have gave you very in the previous question. We have done very clearly. You have to take the things from the question, one sentence, and you have to make its explanation. On the response, you have to take two sentences, you have to write. Very simple. Break the question answers. That's very important. In order to expand what they said, they have placed 20 million orders. Is that they have placed for 20 million? They have not showed that. They see by simple English we can understand what they want to do. What we are going to, how we have to structure our question answer. They have not received. They have spent 15 million on refurbishing. Spent already. They have spent. Get my point? Already they have spent 15 million. In order to fund expansion, they have applied for 25 million loan, and they didn't get any response from the bank that it will lend money to them. The company, they started receiving the bookings from the travel agents. The travel agents have given 30 days credit period because of difficulty situation. See the thing. This is what we have to say. They should have a cash inflow and you should have a cash outflow. Okay, it is simple accounting things we are increasing the 90 days, we are extending 90 days. Assume we are extending to 120 days. Is that means you are extending? Again, we will have a cash crunch. Okay, we will have a cash shortfall. Is that we cannot manage the things. That's what that automatically you have to pick the things from where it has been given. The receivables, number of receivables periods will increase. Definitely, receivable periods increasing means we are getting short of recovery. The company website has launched, consistently encountered difficulties and complaints. The tickets has been booked and the complaint that tickets have been booked and paid for online, but no record of them, and hence sold to another customer. Means what happens whenever you are selling the ticket, you should have a unique number. Okay, you should have a unique number. Again, I am telling you, we are just taking the solution for our understanding. But when we are doing the things, I will make sure that we will do a questions without referring the solutions, and then we will compare the solution. Then we can say where we are and where we have to work it out. There is no hard and fast rule that we have to go by the solution. But if you are getting the content right, message right, that is more than sufficient for us. Okay. Now, Donald used to sell tickets via large call centers located near to their head office. But that call center has been also been closed off, and large workforce has become a redundant without no work. Okay, without no work. Now, simple one by one. What they are saying, read. First, I will give you time to read. Okay, I will give you time to read. 2 minutes. Then I will start discussing on that. What it says, you read with me on your own. Okay. The company spent 15 million refurbishing existing planes. Is that, see the thing? How they have structured. The company spent 50 very clearly. They have spent means spent. This is likely to be material amount. 15 million is not a small amount. And there is a risk that cost have been incorrectly allocated between revenue and capital. There is a risk, is it right? See the thing. When you are spending 15 million, is that there is a rule. What the rule say? Financial accounting. It says that you have to identify whether it is a capital expenditure. Is it right? There is a capital expenditure or there is a revenue expenditure. Is it? There is a capital expenditure or it is a revenue expenditure. If you are spending 15 million, then we should know whether it is for a long term or it is a for short term. Increase, okay, it is a long term. What we have to do? We have to ask for a details, a test of details. Is that we have to ask for a test of details, whether where it has been allocated. Increase the testing in this area. Is that obtain schedule of breakdown? Okay, obtain schedule of breakdown. See the thing here also they have made it 2 sentences only. Increase the testing. Why? What we are doing? That's very important. We are increasing the testing in area and we are obtaining a breakdown of 15 million to ensure that it has been correctly allocated between capital and revenue. You can write like this: increase substantial testing in there, obtain a schedule of breakdown of 15 million to ensure correct accounting treatment with capital and revenue. That's all. If you test of details, okay, test of details, we have to get the division between capital and revenue. That is the first one. Fine. Second one, what they say, the company applied for 25 million. Is it? The company applied for 25 million. See the thing, I am very particular about this. Is that why I am saying this? In the examination, students will think that they will write and they say that I have written, but they will write only one sentence. Okay, that's the most difficult thing that we are doing. That's the basic mistake we are doing. The company applied for loan. This is what we are taking from the question only. There is a risk that company is not a going concern. Definitely, if the bank will give loans, fine. But if your bank is not giving loan, can the company will continue for the next 12 months? The company can be operated. It is entirely dependent on the bank loan. Is it? It is entirely dependent on the bank loan. And selling tickets is not going to support that much, is it right? It will support during the current year, but you cannot depend that the tickets, by selling the tickets, you can manage the capital expenditure. Is it right? So, we are talking about the bank loan and whether company can continue as a discuss what we are doing, what is the response. The audit response is you have to discuss with the progress of loan application. You have to discuss with the directors whether which stage it is. Perform a going concern review. You should know whether we have enough cash to continue if bank is not giving us loans, the firm can continue. If the bank is not giving the loan, maybe there is a possibility the bank will reject the loan. Then what are the alternatives? Is that what we are, in order to know what are the alternatives, they first discuss the progress of loan application, perform a going concern review is very important. Whenever we will find out, okay, going concern review, whenever you find out any issues with respect to cash, is there any issues with respect to cash, immediately you have to think about going concern. Going concern is nothing but can the firm will survive for the next 12 months. Enough cash is there with the firm to survive for the next 12 months. Whenever this is the standard points. We will cover again and again. Whenever we are talking in terms of cash, bank, loans, this is the one thing that is a standard response to the question issue. Is that perform going concern review at the cash flows and projections of the next year. It is nothing but the what are the budget forecast. Is that this is the second one. Now, third one, what it says, there is a risk of receivables balances. Is that there is a receivables? What they say? See, they are talking about that with respect to the agents. Is that they are with respect to the agents? When you are having the recovery issues from the agents, what will happen? There is a risk of receivable balance in the financial. May be misstated. Some balance due from travel agents may not be recoverable. What is the procedure? How we are going to work out? See the thing. You will have if you have done in your accounting, we have done this. We take receivables or we will write debtors. Okay. Then what we will do? We will make a provision. Okay. We will make a provision for bad and doubtful debts. Is that bad and for doubtful debts? This is the usual procedure what we will do in accounting. Is that now what we have to do here? There is a risk that receivable balance may be misstated. They have not done provisions. Is that they have not done provisions? Maybe if they have not done provisions, then we have to think over it. Is it that some balances due from travel agents may not be recovered? Not only we do this, if you go in further detail, you will come across. If you go in further detail, you will come across in accounting. What we not only we are making provisions, but also we will deduct what we deduct bad debts. This is the estimation. Is that this is the estimation and this is the actual loss. Is that this is the estimation and this is the actual loss. Means we have to make sure that the receivables balance which has been given has been actually stated. What we have to do? You have to increase substantive testing using receivables confirmation. What is the confirmation and review of after? What is the confirmation? Confirmation is nothing but sending. Okay, sending. We will cover in the next lecture in terms of audit planning. Okay, sending letters. Is it letters to clients? Is that I am sending letter to client that you are due 20,000. Then the client will reply that yes, 20,000. There is a positive. Remember this. I am telling you now. Somewhere I will cover down the line. There will be a positive confirmation. There will be a negative confirmation. I will explain you in detail at a later stage. Okay. Sending letters to the clients and getting the response from the clients. Is it? That is nothing but the receipt. Means you are sure that yes, I have to be. We have to be very, very cautious, saying that yes, if X is going to give 10,000, we should know that X is due by 10,000 only. In future, he should not say that the amount is not 10,000, the amount is only 6,000. Is that this is the confirmation we are going to get. This is one of the tasks in the final audit. Okay, I am slowly covering the things which have been done past, which we are discussing currently, and I will also give hints what we are going to cover in future. Is it right? This is nothing but a task of getting the confirmation. Increase testing using confirmation and review after date cash. See, maybe it happens. Is it right? Maybe it happens. We are making the cutoff as 31st December. When we are making cutoff at 31st December, maybe we have received some post-dated checks. Is that maybe we have received some post-dated checks as such. We have to make sure we have maybe 25th of December we have got some checks or something will be in cash in transit. These are all the possibilities. Is it? Increase substantive testing using receivables. Discuss with directors requirements for, I just now I told you, requirement for allowance for irrecoverable debts. You have to discuss that we have made any provisions for irrecoverable debts. provision or we have written off any amount with respect to irrecoverable debts. Is that this is point number 3. Are you okay with this, please?
Yeah.
Where is Laila? Laila left. Fine. One minute. What happened?
I take by mistake, sir.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Now, the third one. See, what they are talking about the things. They, how many mentioned? They have mentioned only 5, okay? They are talking, we have identified more than 5, is it right? What they say, one of the thing is, they have, the website was at launch in 2020 and consistently encountered difficulties with customer complaints. What they have written, the new website has encountered problems leading to customer distress as seats has been double booked. Take the first sentence, make it a standard rule whenever we are talking, identify the weakness, audit risk. Whenever you are doing, first take the sentence from the question only. Don't worry about that. And for this, you write what is the audit risk. Is that there is a risk that company having to refund customers and therefore overstating the revenue. Definitely what will happen when we are booking, when we are making double booking without any unique number, is it right? Whether you know unique number, we are selling the tickets to more than 2 people, we are overstating what? We are overstating the revenue. Is that we are overstating the revenue. See, our rule is very, very clear. 2-sentence rule, that's all. Is that obtain the schedule of tickets, which has been double booked for a sample. Follow to ensure that refunds are awarded and revenue has been corrected. What they are saying, come back to the scenario, is it right? They said that the company website was launched 2010, consistently encountered difficulties, customer complaints that tickets have been booked and paid for online, but Donald has no record on them, hence has sold the seat to another customer. Is that means they have sold its seat for another? They don't have any records. When they don't have records, maybe they have said it for 2 or more than 2 people. We don't know. Is that there is a risk that definitely somebody will come, customers will cancel the tickets, customer will talk about refunding, customer will talk about postponing. You should, that is the reason, know the environment. You have to think about airline industry, how the airline industry ticket bookings will work. A small, I'm not saying in detail, a simple visualization should be there in our mind. Yes, if there is airline tickets, how it will work. Limited seats will be there in the aircraft. Okay, limited seats will be there in the aircraft. Refunding will be there. Date rescheduling will be there. All this will happen. Okay, all this will happen. That is the reason we have to make sure that how we are understanding the entity. There is a risk that the company having to refund the customers in terms of cancellation, and when you refund the customers, you cannot cancel 2 tickets. Okay, what they say, as an auditor, you have to obtain the schedule which tickets has been double booked. For example, follow to ensure that refunds has been awarded and revenue has been corrected. It is, if you ask me, this is little bit not difficult, this is little bit new for us. Okay, this point is little bit new for us. Is it? This point is little bit new for us. Fine. New means you have to double check what are the to whomever we have given. We have to make sure that it has to be cancelled or it has to be corrected. Is it? This is the fourth point. What is the fifth point? The closure of the call center has already been announced, so provision for redundancy will be required. Any idea about redundancy? Make it clear now only. Make it clear now because we are using this word again and again. Okay? We are using this word again. What does it mean, redundancy? Any idea?
Expenses occurred as a result of terminating the services of employees.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Right? Whenever you are closing, you have to give notice period. You have instantly, spontaneously. You cannot remove the employees. Is it right? Instantly and spontaneously, you cannot remove the employees. Whenever there is this word will be repeated wherever we are talking in terms of salaries, payroll, wages, all the things. Wherever we are talking in terms of related to anything with respect to workforce, redundancy will be there. Okay, that is the reason now you be very clear about this word. Discuss we have to know what is the provision required with the management. Means if when you are giving a 2 months period, you have to give 2 months period, 1 month period. Then you should know that yes, we are making a provision for payment of salaries. Is that? Review the calculations for provision for reasonableness. There you have to review whether they have, first you have to see there are 3 points are there. Okay. First this is the way it has to be done. First you have to discuss with management. Second you have to review the calculations. Then you have to review the draft accounts. Is that first the most important thing? Discuss with the management. That's what it says. Is it right? You will automatically get the point. You will get the marks. Discuss with the management, review the calculations, review the draft accounts for correct disclosure. Is that they have mentioned? I know you don't say that we will find it. We discuss discuss the level of provision required with the management. Review the calculations for provision for what? See the thing for reasonableness. Is it? For reasonableness, and review the draft accounts for its correct disclosures.
So this is only one answer, right?
Yes, this is only one answer. Is that? This is the answer for what? This is the answer for redundancy. This is also for redundancy. See what when we are talking about we are specifically.
Again, not visible, sir.
Tell me.
It's again not visible.
Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Right? Are you clear about this? Now, apart from that, is it? Check again what we have done. Somewhere we have written, we are talking about the receivables, we are talking about the website, we are talking about redundancy. Something we have talked about, they have made 15 million and 25 million in one. Okay, they have made 15 million and 25 million into one. Actually 15 million for the refurbishing should be separate, and 25 million for the capital expenditure should be separate. But they have made it into one. Are you clear about this?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what we have done in this chapter, this is the, okay, what we have done in this chapter, I promise you that we will do questions in section A, okay? Just for your understanding. Okay, a small recap, okay? Very quick. We have talking in terms of the professional skepticism. We are thinking in terms of the audit risk, the three things. It's very simple chapter. I'm telling you, all the things are very specific and very clear. Okay, we are talking about the audit risk. Only thing is, you should be clear about the inherent risk. Is that inherent risk is nothing but that could with no related controls. Is that inherent risk is nothing but no related controls. Whereas control risk will not be prevented or detected. Is that these are the things it will not be prevented and detected correctly on the timely basis. And whereas the detection risk will not detect a misstatement. Is it? We will not detect a misstatement that exists in the financial statements. Fine. Now, fine. This is one thing, and the second part is materiality, overall materiality and performance materiality. Whatever we are discussing here, the same thing will be continued in the next all the chapters. All the chapters till chapter 12 we will cover each and everything. Okay? Now how we are going to calculate the materiality based on the risk factors. Is that based on the risk factors? And there is a we have to remember this. Okay, this you have to remember, because this we are going to do in chapter 10 and chapter 11 also. Exclusively we will do this in chapter 11. Okay, exclusively in chapter 11, performance materiality. Then we have done with respect to the things. What is the importance of understanding the entity? Now you have a clear in when we are talking about the theoretical way, we don't know what is the importance of understanding the entity. But the moment you say it is a airline industry, then we should know how the airline industry works. They'll say it is going to be a retail industry. Then we should know how it is going to be. They say it is a construction industry. Again, we have to visualize with respect to construction industry as such. Is that gives you a additional mileage on our reflection in our answer. Fine. The same thing. They are talking about the understanding the entity with respect to mid. What are the significant risk factors that give risk to significant into the risk of fraud, relationship with economic, degree of subjectivity, unusual transactions, so on and so forth. Write down on the paper. Okay, I have sent you the things. Is it right? Even I am writing this on my paper. When you are saying you have IS 330, is it IS 330? 330 talks about audit response. Is that audit response? Make it now only I am telling you from the beginning. When in the examination, it makes real difference in evaluation when we mention ISA. Okay, test of control. We are only test of control. We are only focusing on effectiveness of controls. You have test of controls, you have substantive procedures. Substantive procedures we will do in chapter 10, okay, not before that. Okay, chapter 10 we are doing test of details. We are talking about the accounting balances in terms of only the appropriate to gain info about the accounting balances. Is that test of details? That's what we have done in receivables. Is that what we have done in receivables? We want to know the balances of the receivables. Test of details. It will be restricted only to balances. Understand my point? We should not go beyond that. Whereas substantive analytical procedures in terms of ratios as possible. Fine? Is it okay about this?
So for the IFRS numbers and international accounting standards, do you think it makes a difference when we mention these in the exam?
100%. 100%. There is no doubt on that. There is no doubt on that. If you have, see, that is the reason. See, ISA, I will give the list. Maximum it will be 8 to 10. Maximum. ISA, okay? ISA. Documentation, ISA is important. Planning, ISA. ISA is important. Audit risk, ISA important. Environment, audit risk is important. Yeah, tell me.
IFRS numbers, not the international standards on auditing.
IAS. Okay, now, yeah, IAS, make it sure. 16 is very important, property, plant and equipment. IAS 2 is very important, inventory. Okay, in inventory also very specific. Inventory, lower the cost, net realizable value. Whenever you come across any question on inventory, you have to mention IAS 2. Whenever you come across, see, only thing, we will come across questions on plant and property, plant and machinery. We'll property, plant and equipment. We'll come across on, then it is ISA, IAS 16. Inventory, IAS 2. We will come across in payroll. There is no standard. We'll come across in terms of receivables. We are not going to have any references. Okay, receivables are there, payables are there, payroll is there, but specifically when property, plant and equipment and IAS. IAS very important too.
Okay.
IAS 2 very important. The moment they mention inventory, you have to mention wherever it is relevant, you have to mention lower the cost or net realizable value.
I mean, in general, for the other standards, it makes a difference, right, when we mention them? The
100.
IAS, IFRS.
IFRS we are not using. Anyway, we are not using IFRS anywhere.
Okay, so IAS, okay.
Okay,
No.
IFRS we are not using. I am saying you again this, very specifically. Only two things are very important here. One is IAS 16, another is IAS 2. Khalas.
Okay.
Okay? Can I